Hi, welcome to the Brief Book Reviews channel, otherwise known as An Old Guy Reviews the book that he's read this week. So what's the old guy read this week? Well, the book I've read this week is called Broken Light by author Joanne Harris. Joanne Harris, internationally renowned award-winning author, published 18 books, various short stories, scripts, etc. But not an author I'm familiar with, so I thought I'd give this as a try. In the publicity blurb, it was described as a dark contemporary novel. It was published here in the UK on the 11th of May 2023 in hardback. So what's it all about, I hear you say? Well, the central character in the story is a lady called Bernie. She was born Bernie Moon. She's now Bernadette Ingram. She married a childhood sweetheart, Martin. So she's married to Martin. Martin works for a vanity book publisher. Her son Dante has grown up and left home. So she's approaching 50, menopausal, and feels invisible. You know, her only friends are ones online, including a blogger she follows who talks about menopausal women's problems called, let me get this right, Didi Ladouce, who one of somebody who becomes Bernie's friend calls her Didi Ladouche, but I digress. So Bernie works in an independent bookshop called Selina's Books with Selina and feels as though the world is somewhat passing her by. And then something happens. There's a murder of a young mum in a park, a couple of blocks from where Bernie lives. And it sort of stirs memories of a talent, a power, if you will, that she had when she was a child. She was always a bit of a loner as a child. She had a close friend called Katie, and Katie and her split up when they got to the sort of older school years because of an incident with a young boy because of Bernie's power. So Bernie's wondering if her power will revisit her. She, as a girl, she watched a magician called the Great Korovnik, who specialised in tricks involving mirrors and lights. And Bernie always wondered as a child, and is now wondering as an adult, if the things we see in people are reflections of other things. But I digress. So the story is an engaging tale, if you will. It covers the change in Bernie and the discovery of that power she had as a child again. She joins a running club, she makes new friends, she starts taking singing lessons, and all of a sudden she notices at the bookshop that she can persuade people to buy more books by using this power. Starts making new friends in the local coffee shop. She makes a friend in the local coffee shop, and so the tale unfolds. The final part of that tale involves a school reunion where Bernie is determined to go back and show them all, and in fact has a tattoo made which says "Made you look." She's no longer invisible. So that's the tale. That's the main thrust of the book. It's the tale of the butterfly coming out of the chrysalis, and Bernie developing into a strong, forceful woman. But it's a lot more than that. It's a contemporary book. It covers all sorts of issues. It covers social media, the issues that go on with Twitter and the way people pile on and the way people are divided. It covers subjects such as, toxic masculinity. One of the people that Bernie affects is a guy that has suddenly decided that all women are against him, and they're putting stuff in the water supply to emasculate males. So that's probably the bit that I found the most difficult about it. Is whilst it's a very engaging story, none of the men in this book seem to come out very well. They all seem to be complete toe rags, and some of the women come out as somewhat victims. And I just wondered, it just didn't sit that particularly easy with me. There's also a few stereotypes. They seem to have worked through a list of, we must include one of these, and one of these. So yeah, it's an engaging tale as regards to Bernie's development, and that in itself is quite good. I just felt that I didn't really quite know what the author was going to say. I mean, the murder of the young mum in the park is quickly solved, so this isn't a murder mystery, but it's a tale of, I guess, of somebody discovering their true self and seeing good and the best in others. Probably the best thing I can do to summarise it. I'd give it 5 out of 10. But that's not to say that the actual tale of Bernie developing is quite a good, is a well-written piece. So, as I said, I'll give it 5 out of 10. I'll finish with a comment from the author in the acknowledgement. And it says, "And thanks to you, you know who you are. If this book made you feel seen, then I wrote it for you most of all. I hope you found something in there to make you see the world in a different light, not broken, but filled with reflections and maybe a little magic." So I'll finish on that. I said, not the best book I've read this year, but some people will enjoy it and find it very encouraging and enlightening. So that's it for this week's brief book review. 10/10 till we do it again. Thanks for watching.